Please tell me your name.
So I am Laren Rautrai.
Okay. And please tell me your roll number.
So my roll number is 309475.
Okay. So please give me a formal introduction.
So I have completed my engineering, electrical and electronics branch from Silicon Institute of Technology in 2016. Then I have pursued a job as a senior systems engineer in Infosys Private Limited for 2 years. Then I started preparing for civil service exam. So my hobbies include cooking of Odia cuisines, and my areas of interest include robotics. I have achievements in robotics also. I have won a RoboCombat events in IIT Bhubaneswar, IIT Kharagpur and BITS Pilani, Hyderabad.
Okay, you can take off the mask if it is uncomfortable.
Thank you, sir.
Fine. So you are more into robotics and those technical things. So why are you interested in civil services? You are also employed with Infosys, is it right?
Yes, sir.
So why did you leave that job? It is a big company, it's a good company. What was the problem?
So actually from BTech itself, I want to prepare for civil service exam, but due to some financial constraint, I have to join the Infosys for some financial backup and also some experience, so that if I fail, as a second plan B option.
Okay,
Then and also this job provides me diversified opportunities to work in the fields of public service and to devote me to the service of the nation as part of an executive of the governance system.
Okay. So how did your experience in Infosys, which is a private company basically, how is that going to help you in this administrative service?
So even if I was working in a corporate sector, it has some skills like ethical skills, good communication skills, work as a team member, and leadership skills also. That will help me in the administration. Also, I have some experience in event organizing in my BTech career. That will help me also in my administrative work.
You said that ethics in what is the level of ethics in corporate sector? Generally, it is profit driven. Do you think that ethics plays a major part in corporate sector?
Yes, sir. Ethics is the major part because we have to keep the security and some secret part, like we cannot share our ID passwords in the public system, or we have to maintain the secrecy of the company, and so that are the basic ethics of our corporate sector. And also work in a coordinator manner, and with like in the work like a good employee or a employee-employer atmosphere.
Okay. When was Infosys founded?
So Infosys founded in 1981.
Who are the main founders?
So main founders are K. Narayan Murthy.
Only one?
No. Only there are 7 members. Other members are K.M. Krishnamurthy. Sorry, I cannot recollect right now.
Okay.
And so one is Nandan Nilekani.
So basically, now your company, are you still serving there?
No, sir.
Okay, so it is in news for some wrong reasons. In last 2-3 months, Government of India was also not very pleased with the company.
Yes.
What I am talking about?
Actually,
which issue?
Infosys is making the GST portal. So there are some discrepancies in GST portal, like they can mean some problems.
Is GST or income tax?
So I think GST, sir.
GST?
Yes.
Okay, double check that. Then? What has happened?
So there is some issue from the user side, that means it's not user friendly in filing some complaints or filing some income tax returns.
So what has happened now?
So Infosys has taken some time to repair that one, and will contact the government.
Okay.
And also it was in news 6 months before, like for the insider trading issue. That is not related to government, but that's related to economy.
Okay. Hello. Okay. ତାଙ୍କ ନମ୍ବର ଆଉ ନଅଟା ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ୍ କରିଦେବେ ଆଜ୍ଞା, ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କଥା ହେଇଛି। ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି, ହଉ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା, ହଁ ହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଠିକ୍ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଓକେ ଫାଇନ୍। Tell me something about your home district.
So my home district is Khordha. It was founded in 1st April 1993. It was separated from original Puri district, and Puri district were divided into Puri, Khordha and Nayagarh.
Don't say it was founded. Okay, Khordha is it's an ancient place, right?
Yes.
As a district, it was carved out of undivided Puri, and that particular territory is saying. Okay. Then
it has a good culture, historical events like it is the last independent fort of India that has fallen into the hands of British in 1803. Since the Battle of Plassey of 1777, all other forts of India was occupied by Britishers, but Khordha fort was came to the hand of Britishers in 1803. And we have freedom fighters like Jairaj Guru and Jairaj Guru and I cannot recollect person's name. And, we had experience in Paika Rebellion of 1817, that is regarded as the first battle of independence of India by some scholars. And then sir, we have good tourist places like Otri, Chilika, then Lingaraj temple, then Khandagiri and Udayagiri for their historical places, and Bindusagar, etc.
okay. Tell me something about the political geography, means what are other districts nearby?
Okay sir. So Khordha is surrounded by Puri district, Ganjam district, Cuttack district, Nayagarh district, etc. This four districts.
Points avoid repeating okay sir or yes sir after the question. Question is like wow. Apna suni the question and you start answering. Okay. That's straight yes sir, okay sir. कि जहाँ से question को ही repeat करो कि like mu pachali tell me something about political geography of Khordha. So political geography of Khordha. Okay. तापर से हम start करें. सेगुड़ा सब avoid करें. Listen, then give your answer. Okay. So सेटा उठे subconscious ये रहूँगी, but सेटा ठीक है अपना जितना बड़े video analyze करी हुई भी सेटा ठीक है देखिए. Okay. Right. So any three famous personalities of Khordha. Okay. And what has been their contribution?
Sir, Raja Ramchandra Dev was the king during the Khordha rule of 1800. He was regarded as one of the main founders of the Khordha district. Then Jairaj Guru, he is one of the best freedom fighter of Khordha district. And then sir, can we tell like recent
literary figures, okay, great scientists, doctors, sculptors, any great personalities who have left a mark on the society. खाली लिटरेरी फिगर्स ही बहुत गुड़े मिल आपको खोर्धार फ्रीडम फाइटर्स पोएट्स राइटर्स लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर
So I cannot recollect right now.
Okay, fine. What are the major problems that your district faces? Not common problems, okay, like poverty and which is there everywhere. Particular problems of your district, particular issues of your district.
Okay, sir. The problems like in the Khordha district, the Bhubaneswar is getting as a municipal corporation, it is getting much attention rather than the outskirts of the Bhubaneswar. So Bhubaneswar is developed like a growth pole, but Khordha district is act like a rural urban fringe to Bhubaneswar town. So
What is the solution?
So the solution is there must be a equal emphasis on the rural urban fringe along with the Bhubaneswar, so that the city is getting more congested. But we have to shift the spillover effect of the Bhubaneswar to the surrounding area. Like for example, also the government has taken some efforts, like they have established IIT Bhubaneswar in the main campus in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. The Niger also college is placed in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. Sanskriti Vidyalaya also in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. So basically outskirts of Bhubaneswar are the other industrial estates like Jatni industrial estates also in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. But we need to focus more on the marketing structure of that area.
Okay.
And also there are some issues like electrification also. The center of Bhubaneswar is getting 24/7 electricity and pipe water solution, but the outskirts of Bhubaneswar, that is in the Khordha district, is remain lack of the water supply and also the electricity supply, etc. And also in education sector also, good private schools are not available, or also a good government in the sense availability of good teachers and all. They are not ready to work in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. So these are the education problems. And coming to health problems, all the major hospitals also are in Bhubaneswar, so they are not available in the rural sector.
Okay. Fine. So last 5 years you have stayed in Hyderabad. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In Telangana. Okay. So tell me something about during the bifurcation of the state. Were you there at that time?
No, sir.
You were not there. So after the bifurcation you have come.
Yes.
What is the sentiment there between the people of Andhra? Because they also, a lot of people from Andhra said they stay in Hyderabad. And Telangana people are also staying there. So the relation between the people there, that is cordial, or it's not cordial?
So actually after the division it is cordial. They are respecting each other, as the Hyderabad is the common capital of both the state. And there is also bus service of both the state, like Telangana state also, their Telangana state road transport corporation bus are available, and also Andhra Pradesh state transport corporation bus are available.
Okay.
So they are overall cordial, but during some unsocial elements they are more like the more hardliners. They want to create some discrimination among both between both the state.
Okay.
So there is not a major, this is not a major issue, but sometimes they create some violent situation.
Okay. There have been some demands by some quarters that the name of Hyderabad should be changed to its original name, ancient name. What was its ancient name?
So its ancient name was Bhagyanagar.
Bhagyanagar.
Yes.
Can you tell me the history behind that? Why it was called Bhagyanagar?
Sir, I exactly not remember the history, but there is the queen of that time was named as the Bhagyavati, so that's why they want to rename the city as Bhagyanagar. And the queen was a Hindu woman.
So you did your 10th standard from which school?
Vivekananda Shiksha Kendra.
That is where?
So in Unit 4, Bhubaneswar.
Bhubaneswar is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is named after a famous personality. So you tell me something about Swami Vivekananda. What was his contribution? Why he is known all around the world?
So Vivekananda is famously known as the monk of India, spiritual monk of India. He is main propounder of Neo-Hinduism. He wants to collaborate the Hinduism, that is the culture of Eastern world and the Western, and assimilate with the Western world. So he accepted the contribution of both side, both Eastern side, that is the traditional side, and the Western side, that is the modern side society. His famous speech was in Chicago in 1893. That is the World Parliament of Religion. His famous advocated that my brothers and sisters, that is known as the famous speech of the world. Then at the age of 32, he was raised in peace. And also he propounded mainly in Ramakrishna mission, and also established an ashram in Kolkata. Sir, I cannot recollect the name of that ashram.
Okay. So then you did your +2 from which college?
Maharshi College of Natural Law.
Why is there around 12% decline in your 10th and 12th marks?
Sir, actually, due to some financial constraints, I do not get much opportunity to get a well coaching institute in Bhubaneswar. I have gone through some private institution individually. So I think that was the main reason of my reduction in the mark. And also in the state board of the 12th standard, in that time teachers are not freely to give marks fully, like what happens in the CBSE and ICSE syllabus. So even I can justify it like that. In that college, I was the second highest score of that 75.83 mark.
Then Silicon Institute of Technology, you did your electrical and electronics engineering.
Yes, sir.
So you worked in Infosys, you were selected in campus placement?
Yes, sir.
So around 2 years you worked, eh? More than 2 years.
Yes, sir.
What was your job profile there? What was expected from you?
So I was in starting in Mysore, I was trained as a systems engineer. Then I have posted in Hyderabad for 1 year as a systems engineer. Then I came to Bhubaneswar as a senior systems engineer. And from in Mysore, I was a trainer. I was trained in Python language, data structure, DBMS, and also in SAP programming language. That is the high level of database language. Then I have worked in Hyderabad as a support engineer. I have to provide support to the foreign clients in their reporting works and some kind of monitoring works of their day-to-day activity and day-to-day business. Then I work as a developer in Bhubaneswar in the Apple project. There my work was to extract some query or extract some reporting situation that the client wants to do, and also doing some development work that as per the need of the client, what the client what the client want me to do in the technical field.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
So my hobbies are cooking of Odia cuisines, and so I explored many Odia cuisines like potar aloo rasa, dalma, non-veg curry like chicken curry, mutton curry, etc.
What are the major ingredients, especially spices, which are mainly used in Odia cuisine?
So in Odia cuisine, we mostly use onion and garlic as the basic spice. Then we use cumin powder, coriander powder, and for the curry powder as the veg curry, and for non-veg we use chicken masala, garam masala, and also some mutton masala, meat masala, etc. And also actually these masalas are the mixture of all the raw masalas like cinnamon, black pepper, red cardamom, black cardamom, white cardamom, etc. Also bay leaf is used as a sweetener.
Okay. What other cuisines do you cook apart from Odia cuisine? Chinese, etc. You are able to cook?
Yes, I can cook some Chinese cooking like chili chicken or some.
What is the major difference in Odia cuisine? Okay, especially the spices and the taste and the main ingredients and Chinese cuisine.
Sir, actually Chinese cooking varies with the cutting method. They cut the vegetables in a different method so that they can eat with chopsticks and all, and they use some little spices that not more spicy like Indian cuisines. They use some oil, then use some raw masalas in their cuisines. Like they will sprinkle the masalas after the cooking, but in Indian cuisines we will sprinkle the masala before the boiling of the food.
Okay. How will this knowledge of cooking and your interest in cooking help you as an administrator?
So cooking is more like a problem solving. Like what ingredients to be used, when to use, at what amount to use, and what is the synchronous procedure, one after what to use. So this will help me in as an administrator in problem solving process, like when to act, how to act, or how to react, and at what time to act, etc.
Okay. In robotics, you still have some interest in robotics, you do something?
So I have interest in robotics, but due to lack of time I cannot dedicate to the robotics. Also it needs many financial power, because I can substantiate like during my.
When you are there in your college was helping with that?
No sir, college was helping in some extent, but we are expending more than the college contribution.
Personally?
Yes sir. Because we have to participate in different events that is the outside state, and college is not responsible for that. And also those motors or those ingredients or equipments, those equipments that we are using the equipment we are using in robotics, that's the property of everyone's in the college property. So that's why we want to use our separate property instrument in the outside of the state.
No, से सीधा से कागज ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନଥିଲି ସେ ମେସିନ୍ ଅଛି ବୋଲି ସେ ମେସିନ୍ରେ ସେ ଜାଣିଛି ବୋଧେ ସେ ମେସିନ୍ରେ ଡିପୋଜିଟ୍ କରୁଛି ତ ଭଲ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଆକାଉଣ୍ଟରେ ସେ ଯାହା ଇଏ ହେଉଥିବ କରିଦେଉଥିବ ହଁ ଯାହା ଛୋଟ ବଡ଼ ଯାହା ହେଉଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା So, robotics, how it will help in administration? Can you tell me application of robots in administration?
Yes, sir.
With some examples, which state has done it, or if you don't have Indian example, then internationally, which country has done it?
So, there are many examples of application of robotics, like industrial in main application in industrial robots right now. The first industrial robot was made in 1950, as named as Unimate, and also it was designed by George Devol. Then in Indian context, we use robots like Bandicoot robots, that is manufactured by IIT Madras, that is helpful for manual scavenging purpose. And also a female robot named as Sophia, that got citizenship of Saudi Arabia for the first time in the world. And other applications include in medical sector, in agricultural field, in military sector. Like medical field, recently the first tele-robotic surgery occurred in Ahmedabad during the corona pandemic. The doctors are remained in Surat, but the heart surgery occurred in the Ahmedabad itself. So that is the first case of tele-robotic surgery in the Indian medical history. And also, sir, recently the drones are using for the sprinkling of the disinfectant in all of the city, and also taking responsible for the sanitation purposes in the room or in any kind of medical itself.
So, can a robot think?
So actually it cannot think by itself, but we have to program it as per the artificial intelligence. It will act or think as the input given by us in the artificial intelligence.
What is the neural network?
So neural network is a set or is lots of algorithms set to the machine so that it can act as a human brain, like our biological human brain as act like a network inside us, that it can accept the stimuli and give the output as per that. So neural network work on the same basis as the intelligence network on the electronic field.
Why did you choose geography and PSI as optionals?
So geography, geography and political science has the overlapping with the GS papers. It has also good scoring capability as per my interest. I have gone through the content and it goes well with my thinking. I have gone through its syllabus. I have checked its resources, and then I have selected geography and political science for my optional.
Okay. How will your knowledge of geography and political science help you in administration?
So geography, it has a vast field. It has economic geography, it has population geography, it has settlement and all. So geography is majorly covering all the aspects of administration inside it. For example, if I posted in some district of Odisha, so their geography, their land terrain, their climate, their forest resources, their river, their natural resources, the mountains, the population, their culture, that will be easily known and understood by me, so that I can formulate or I can execute in a scheme of government in a well manner. Also similar like political science and international relation. Suppose Odisha taken some loans from foreign country or some foreign institution, or the foreign institution want to execute some programs in Odisha, I can collaborate well with the institutions, and also the local politics and the state politics can be managed well by the officer in a well manner.
Your first preference is Odisha Administrative Service.
Yes, sir.
Give some reasons for that choice.
Sir, administrative service provides me lots of opportunities to work in more than 42 departments of Odisha, which is more than the any other service that is allocated this year. So that's why my preference was administrative service.
What will be the advantage in that? You work in 40 departments or 100 departments or a single department. What will be the difference?
That I will face the diversified challenge, more opportunities to work for the state.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, suppose you are selected, okay, and in OS. So, what will be your first posting?
So it's like OS junior batch, as a first posting.
That is the rank, junior rank. There are many posts associated with that rank. Okay, what are those posts?
So I think Tahsildar and BDO.
Two are correct. Then
So then
You can be-
deputy collector.
yes, deputy collector also. You can be under secretary also. Okay. So those would be the. But before that, during training also, you will be placed. Okay, during the training also, you will be placed as a PRO, training reserve officer. Okay, to get the field experience. Okay.
Yes.
So suppose you are the tahsildar of a particular tahsil and you get a call at 1 a.m. from your subordinate, okay, who is reporting that there is some illegal sand mining going on in some particular place. What are you going to do?
So first of all, I will contact the local police about this and will send a team of local police to investigate the situation. Then the local police, I want the local police to report me at that time. So if some major discrepancies occur or need some more force, I can contact to the district magistrate regarding this, so that he can alert me more forces and I can act or I can take some action on the illegal sand mining one.
What are the major aspects, or you can say virtues, that an administrative officer should have according to you? At least 4 you tell me in order of priority according to you. And why? Why that particular virtue is needed?
So according to me, the first virtue is needed as the integrity. A person of integrity is a must for an administrator. For example, or I substantiate, an administrator must follow the rules even he was under surveillance or not. So he has to follow rule in every time, so that the next juniors or the other office staffs should follow him as per that way. The second is honesty. So the honesty means I have to remain honest, or an administrator has to remain honest, so that it will create a vibrant impact on the rest of the office staff and also on the society. And also my family members, my relatives also will get influence on it. So the third criteria is as a leadership skill. An administrator must have some leadership skill, so that he will take some action, decision making, and hold accountability to his decision. And the fourth one should be the teamwork. As we know, not administrative work, not a job of single person. So we have to act as a team. So a team can make work successful in a precise and an efficient way. So these are the four criteria it's needed.
as an administrator, what are the general decision-making dilemmas or problems that an administrator generally faces, especially the ethical dilemmas?
So coming to ethical dilemmas, an administrator faces like can I give example?
You first tell me what dilemmas they face, and then you can give examples. I'll just hint something. For example, court has directed that a illegal basti is to be removed. Okay. When you go to remove that encroachment, you come to know that next 3-4 days there is a forecast of heavy rain. Okay, but court has directed by 5 p.m. entire thing has to be, okay, it has to be demolished. Also you see that there are like very small kids, infants, okay, in that illegal basti or something. In that case, what are you going to do? So your conscience tells you that no, there will be human suffering, and your duty tells you that you have to obey the orders of the court.
So my decision will go for the duty first, because and also I have the power to allocate some houses, like some center of rehab center for that persons for some days. For example, I can allot some rehab center and some allot some cooking foods for necessary things like plastic polythenes for them to avoid from the rainfall. And also I will obey the orders of the court that has directed to me. Simultaneously I will check on the welfare of the slum people.
Okay.
And I can request government to take some rehabilitation measures for the slum people.
Okay, so that will be the end of the interview. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'll get the points to come. Hand position should be on the legs. Do not clasp the fingers. Okay, हाथ तो ऊपर हाथ तो किधर रखिए नहीं नीचे रखिए. For example of, or you can say the indication of nervousness.
Okay, sir.
Hello, number 1. Second, eye contact must be 100%. अब eye contact ठीक है but 100% नहीं. Yes, it has to be 100%. Right? तापर बाकी ठीक ठाक अच्छी.
सर जो माने आपण जो सिचुएशन टा देले कि जो एज ए सैंड माइनिंग माफिया तार आ किछ भलो आंसर
नहीं. ठीक है. You have to go by the book. First you will inform the police. Ask for a force. Okay. Once the force comes, you take the force and go. Don't go without force. You don't know what may happen there. Okay.
सर कुकिंग एज ए हॉबी ठीक अछि.
हाँ सर तो आपनकर हॉबी
आज्ञा
ठीक अछि.
ଆପଣ ମନା କରିଥିଲେ ସାର୍ ଯେଉଁ ମାନେ ଲିସନିଂ ମ୍ୟୁଜିକ୍ କ୍ରିକେଟ୍ ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଦେବାକୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେଟାକୁ ପ୍ରିଫର କଲି.
ୱାଚିଂ ଲିସନିଂ ହବିଜରେ ଯାଏ.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି. ଆପଣ ଯେଉଁଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ କାମ ସେଇଟା ହବିରେ
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି.
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି.
ଆଜ୍ଞା.